Hi, my Scorpios. Welcome to your weekly forecast for March 18th through the 24th. This is a general reading for Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right on in here and see what is coming up for you guys. Any messages during this time of Mercury retrograde, full moon in Libra, Uranus in Taurus. Lots of things happening planetarily. Spring equinox is coming up this week. So I am focusing on any messages for money, career, self-development, spirituality, messages from spirit. We'll see what comes in. This is going to be about anything and everything other than love. I do my love readings separately. So if you want to get the scoop on love, check out the love videos after this one. And there will be a link in the description that'll take you to the love videos. All right, my dears. Let's see what is happening for our lovely Scorpios. There's your Monday, Tuesday. I'm using a nice, beautiful, springy deck with gorgeous pictures, guys. I want you to focus on the pictures while I'm reading and see what jumps out at you. What colors, what pictures, what images. Because that's going to be a way that you can kind of take this general reading and make it a little bit more of your own. Connect with spirit, you know, individually as I'm delivering these messages, and see what maybe comes to you that maybe I don't say. Okay, here is your Monday, Tuesday. Now, this card came up for a couple of other signs, but it did also come up for Sagittarius in this same exact spot. Now, you all saw me shuffle. You saw me shuffle. I shuffled. So, some of you may have Sagittarius in your moon or in your rising, or you may be dealing with a Sagittarius individual in the early part of the week around this topic or subject, although not necessarily. It could just be that it's a similar energy that you're picking up on. One of the things that keeps coming up, I like to go around and watch other little videos online, and it says that a lot of Scorpios have something going on with a Sagittarius or with a fire sign right now. I'm a Scorpio. I don't typically have anything going on with any fire signs. I don't have that many fire signs in my life. Nothing against fire signs. I just don't have that many fire signs in my life. So, you know, I'm a Scorpio. If you don't have a Sagittarius or fire sign in your life, you got that in common with me right now. But, you know, this is a card about coming over a higher energy or higher vibration. Now, when it came with Sagittarius, when this card came up for Sagittarius, I received a different message for them that I'm receiving for the Scorpios. Okay, for them, I kind of got like they were having to stay out of drama, like stay disconnected from somebody else's drama. For us Scorpios, I'm getting something very, very different, and I think this is for a lot of you Scorpios who are very psychically gifted or very intuitive. Those of you who are empaths, who are light workers. A lot of you are very sensitive to the moon in general. You're moon sensitive. You kind of really feel those energies. But this Libra full moon is hitting a lot of us very, very hard. And it started from last week. Typically, we don't feel it like until 3 days before, sometimes 7. But this one came in very strong. And it's getting stronger and stronger. So some of you are really picking up on emotions and feelings being released by others. And there's going to be a lot of things that begin to come out into the surface that are being revealed, because that's what the Libra full moon is going to be. And it's kind of like you're watching it and you're seeing it happen. It's like some of you are going to see people not arguing or fighting, but you're going to see people just kind of losing it. Like some of you are just seeing people, and some of you, it might be society. Like you just might be having a really hard time on your commute home because you see people like honking and yelling at each other or cussing each other out or trying to like cut each other off in traffic, or you know, just seeing like pettiness or cattiness at work, or overhearing certain conversations. Like as you're seeing like the gunk and the filth come out around you, on TV, in the news, in the media, in just your personal life, strangers on the street, a lot of you are feeling a sadness. Okay, I was up late working, catching up on private readings when I got news of New Zealand. I'm recording this the day that it happened, and I just had to sit down and I cried. I'm not Muslim, okay, but I don't think you have to be to understand that that is such a terrible thing that did not need to happen. There's no in any way can you take that and justify that, or not realize the magnitude of how heartbreaking this is that this happened. So for a lot of us, we're going to have to really try to stay in control of our emotions as we're seeing those things. And I'm not saying this and, oh, don't worry about it and ignore it. I'm not saying it in that way, because a lot of us are light workers and we're going to go on to help in our way, or to spread love in our way, or to do what we can do in our own power to bring about change. But we can't spread that love and we can't bring about that change if we're in the sorrow, right? We can grieve it for a little bit, or we can be sad about it for a little bit, but we can't let ourselves come down into that fear energy, that hopeless energy. So a lot of you Scorpios, you're distancing yourself from the stuck energy of others, or you're keeping it together, and you're keeping connected to your higher self, to your spiritual connection, your spiritual belief, your higher power, in the beginning part of the week, and you're filling your head with positive thoughts and ideas of love and change, how to bring about positivity, how to bring about change, how to create solutions in the face of these problems, which you can do from your ability, from what is in your power. Okay, some of you are distancing yourself, or you're leaving a job or a relationship or a situation that's been bringing you down. That's been an ongoing thing for many of the signs. It's coming up for you guys here too. So some of you are planning some kind of an escape, but overall this is coming into your power, this is coming into your strength, and this is coming into your purpose, and really aligning with your spiritual path, and not allowing these things to chain you or drag you or pull you down that you're seeing around you. A lot of you are very, very empathetic. Okay, Scorpio, this is also a very beautiful card. It came up in the same exact spot for Cancer. So maybe some of you have Cancer in your moon or in your rising, or you may be dealing with a Cancer midweek, as we come into the spring equinox and as we come into the Libra full moon. I feel that the Libra full moon itself is going to really be pulling on you, Scorpio, and making you realize what you truly want and what your true authentic self is longing for. You're going to begin admitting truths to yourself that you've been ignoring and that you haven't been wanting to face. And for many of you Scorpios, you're realizing that you've been sacrificing your dreams and your life to tend to loyalties, misguided loyalties. So you've been trying to be loyal to certain people, maybe a certain job or a circumstance or situation, where you're tending to everybody else's energy, everybody else's fire. You're keeping everybody else's candles burning. You're watering everybody else's garden. Meanwhile, there's this giant dream that you're like longing for, but you're just watching it in the distance, and it seems so far away yet so close. And you want it, you want to get to it, but you've been ignoring it. And I think come midweek, you're realizing that you can't do this anymore, that you're not feeling fulfilled, and it's time for you to go after that bigger love. Okay, some of you are some of you are leaving behind certain like more ego-based situations, because you really are feeling called into a spiritual path. And I've received very interesting comments and very interesting private messages recently. Some of them are from Scorpios, but just in general, people telling me that they've decided to go into the ministry, and some of the videos gave them the push that this is the time to do it. Other people acknowledging certain things that they've read in the daily cards that have inspired them to make changes. So I think a lot of people right now are hungry for change, and they're feeling like they can't lie to themselves anymore about who they are, right? We see all this darkness coming up in the world. We see all this nastiness coming up in the world. But there's also going to be light coming up. And many of you who are watching this, you are the light. And you're going to be shining in different ways, okay? But you're coming into that path. Like, see, maybe it's time to leave these other people's candles behind and let each person deal with their own candle, let each person water their own garden. And how are you going to get to that big dream? There's this little boat here, and it might not be big enough. It might seem like a little dinky little boat, but you know what? It'll probably get her to that bigger ship, and that bigger ship will get her to that horizon. And who knows, maybe it's a magic ship, maybe it can fly. But basically the message here is that just get started, because you have something right now, right? And you will eventually get to where you need to be. You will eventually get to where you need to go, right? Like maybe a young teenager is going to get around town on their skateboard, and then maybe as they get a little bit older they can have a bike, and then maybe at some point if their economical situation allows, they get a car, right? Or public transportation, they're able to go on public transportation and trains and buses and things like that. But little by little, you will get there on your path. Don't worry about it. You have what you need to get you from A to B, and once you get to B, something else will come along to get you to C, D, E, F, or whatever, and eventually you're going to get to point Z, from A to Z. You're going to get there. But this is the time to begin moving towards your dreams and the things that you're feeling called to do to bring you a greater love. Some of you are losing your interest in romance at this time. And you're really, really wanting to do more spiritually based things, or to connect with humans on a very, very intimate, spiritually intimate, emotionally intimate level, okay? Scorpios are always perceived as being very highly sexual, and that can be an aspect for many of us Scorpios, but it's also very it's not like with just anybody. Like you need to feel that connection, you need to feel that safety, you need to feel that loyalty, right? But some of you are like I'm not even searching for that kind of connection. I want to connect with many people on a heart and soul level, and you're more passionate about bringing about change at this time, or sharing unconditional love in that way, than you are about romance or sex or things like that. And again, this is general. It's gonna be different for different ones of us. Oh my goodness, your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. How funny. Like we said, some of you are not even interested in love, and yet you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday acceptance of love. So maybe some of you are receiving some kind of an offer that could be happening for some of you, where you are being invited to engage in a relationship, or being asked on a date, or some of you are having a partner that feels you're pulling away and they're wanting you to give it another chance, okay? It's going to be different for different ones of you. Now, this is what jumps out at me at this card, and this came up for another sign too. I can't remember who. You'll have to forgive me. I think it was Leo. I think Leo had the same exact card. But I don't know if it was midweek or end of the week. Theirs may have been midweek. Maybe some of you are dealing with a Leo. A lot of the videos are saying that Scorpios are dealing with fire signs. I don't know. I haven't been. Maybe some of you are, but not necessarily. It doesn't have to be a fire sign or a Leo. But you've got this card here, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is what I think of when I see this card, and I want you guys to look at it too, and let me know in the comments what you're seeing, what all of the cards, what colors are jumping out at you, which pictures, which animals, what message does that bring to you, what does that make you think of. You might comment something that really inspires or helps somebody else. You may read a comment from somebody else that really inspires you or resonates with you. I want this to be a place where we can come together and talk about these things and encourage each other. But when I look at this card, this is what jumps out at me, okay? This person, to me, this dude, seems a little bit more, I guess he's supposed to be made of tree bark. I guess he's made of tree bark, and I guess he's part of the tree. And she's this ivy, and she's got these flowers. So they seem very contrasted, okay? They seem very contrasted. So this could be somebody that maybe in the past you all didn't work out. Or maybe it's somebody in the present where you've been having problems, but your contrasts are beginning to work together. This could be somebody resurfacing and wanting another chance with you. And they're beginning to realize all the things about you that they thought were weird or kind of out of the box or different is beneficial to them. And also very comforting, because we can think of this ivy growing up against the bark of the tree, entwining, becoming one, right? So maybe before they thought it was suffocating or weird, and now they might think it's like a very comforting thing, and they might be seeing the beauty in it. And you may have thought that they were very rigid and boring or whatever, and now you're realizing that this can be a safe place for you to just kind of nestle up against. So again, this is going to be different for different ones of you. Some of you, this acceptance of love is more, like I said, about humanity. You're not as focused on romance, right? Although this is being depicted to us in the sense of romance. It's going to be different for different ones of you. Okay, watch your moon sign and rising sign video for more clarity on that. Also watch your love reading for more clarity on that. The mid-month love updates are going to be happening in the next couple of days, so more love videos for March will be added on top of the ones that have already been done in the beginning of the month. Check out your moon sign and rising sign videos, because that's going to also bring you more information depending on what your planetary makeup is, like what you have in your chart, in your moon and in your rising. This is typically the time I pull an angel card, guys, but we did an oracle deck here, and these are all very positive cards, and so I'm gonna go ahead and keep the angel message for the daily message. I've been doing an angel message every single day in the morning for like 5 to 10 minutes. I've been going on live, so instead of getting one angel message a week, you all will get 7 angel messages a week. And if you need a private reading, those are still available, although my wait is still booked until May, all right? But it'll go fast. Pick a card readings are coming in the meantime. One of the subscribers gave a really great idea, so I just posted a pick a card a couple of days ago for that idea. So keep them coming, guys. Let me know like what kind of pick a cards you'd like to see, what kind of meditations you'd like to see, and I'm gonna cater to you. I'm gonna get that out to you. Angel messages are just for the YouTube family, guys, just for the YouTube channel. No, I'm not posting that anywhere else. Those are exclusive to YouTube. And my Patreon members, they get their goodies and they get Patreon exclusives. But I wanted to do something exclusive for you guys, and so you guys are getting a little angel message every single day. I thank you so very much for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. I thank you so very much for letting me be part of your journey and for being a part of mine. And I am wishing you all the best.